you're here, let me know. I'm here. I'm here just doing my thing. Just waiting for my ladies. Waiting for my girls. Come on down. Here we go. Here comes everyone. Hello, hello. Say hello, say hello. Looking for everyone. Hello, Kim from New Jersey. How are you today? It's good to see you, Denise, Diane. Hello, Pine Mountain. Hello, Mary. Good morning in Redondo Beach, and good afternoon to you all who are here on the West Coast. Joanne's here. Denise is here. Catherine's here. Yay! You guys, Susan's here too. And Vanessa. Abigail, hello. Hello, Jennifer. I'm grateful you're here too. Same with Kathy, hello. I've had my heater on, you guys, this morning. Jillian, hello. It has just been chilly beans right here. It's been in the 40s. Shara, I'm telling you, it's cold here on my top of the mountain. There's my girl Cassie in time for lunch. Dobie, Carol Ann, hello. Hi, Julie. Tammy, yay. Good to see you. Hello, Lucy. Lovely Lucy. She did that pretty picture. Do you see that stained glass up there? Right there. There it is. That's from Lucy. That's her art. Isn't it beautiful? I'm so glad you're all here. And I'm so glad that, you know, we have this time together. Carol Burnett, remember that? Anyone? Hi, Maureen. How are you all today? I was talking to my brother today while texting, and we were going back and forth of remember the time, remember the time, remember the time. We had the mumps all together as a family. We had all these things going on, and it's been entertaining. Hello, Yvonne. And who else did I just see right there? I saw Michelle and Maureen. Yep, good to see you. Well, everyone, we need to get down to business. I'm so glad you all are here. And by the way, thank you for sharing these broadcasts. We are bringing new people in. We're constantly re-upping and getting new people in, and it's really fantastic to see how this community comes together. I did have one little disconcerting piece of information. I was talking, of course, you know, with some of my sprinters who are telling me, giving me their stories of everything that has happened, you know, since the sprint. And I asked specifically for people who've sprinted, you know, a long time to tell us about their before and their after, where they are, how they've maintained their weight and all that. It's been fantastic. But I did have one who said, you know, I almost left this community because, you know, somebody was kind of evil to me. And let's just make an agreement, a pinky agreement, shall we? That we're going to be kind always. Even when we disagree with someone, we can still be kind. We're a community. That community is important, and communities come together. They don't cut each other up into itty-bitty pieces. This is becoming more and more intense there's just so much divisiveness out there in the world today. We don't need to do that here. And so I'm just inviting you all to pinky up and be the sweet, lovely, beautiful women that I know you are. Okay? There you go. That's what I say. Mary's right. Always kind. Kind in all ways. All my girls are putting their pinkies up. You know why? Because they're loving and kind. And we are all going to be loving and kind. And if I see anybody, I'm a mama bear. You better watch it. You don't want to get my dander up. Because I will take you out. If you start taking my girls out, I am all over you like white on rice. And don't eat that, by the way. All right, you know, we have the Collagen Challenge coming up. I think it is on the 22nd. It is coming up really quickly. if you do not have your collagen, if you want to get this and be a part of it, all you have to do is just order some collagen, simple. Order some of our perfect paleo protein. We have vanilla, chocolate, and vanilla, and unflavored. For those of you who have issues with any kind of flavoring or stevia or anything like that, you can flavor it yourself and sweeten it yourself if you want. But order it. Let's get going on that, right? I'm all in it. And those of you who are dirty fasting with me, I'm doing it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. There's a video that I teach you how to do a collagen loading dirty fast right here on Facebook. It's around here somewhere. I promise you it's in here. But go look at the videos and get that. The collagen challenge is basically about collagen loading and getting the collagen in. And we have many ways of doing that. We have it with the bone broth and bone broth recipes, and also using perfect paleo protein. My whole thing is this: we are collagen deficient. I call things out as I see them. I mean, you heard me right now just talking to my community, like, let's not be awful, let's not be evildoers. I call things out. I call things out in deficiencies too as I see them. And when I do the research and I find out that yes, it's a problem, and yes, we are all in this. And you know, this is one of the reasons why people have amazingly painful joints. It's part and parcel of the whole thing. When we have the collagen in, that helps. I mean, there's always the other things that we can do, right? But collagen is crucial. Collagen is a needle mover. 97% of us are deficient. And when you understand too that your bones are holders basically of collagen, you have more collagen in your bones than you do calcium. And this is structural. This is incredibly important. It's for your skin, it's for your bones, it's for your muscles, it's for your tendons, it's for all the things. And we don't eat it anymore. We used to, you know, back in the olden days, you remember when our grandparents were chewing on a leg of, I remember this specifically, my father chewing on a leg of chicken, eating the cartilage and crunching it all up. Oh, it was awful. Then he'd break the bones and suck out the marrow. I thought I was gonna die as a child. But he was getting his collagen in. I didn't realize that at the time. And we are so antiseptic now. Go to any meat counter. You know, you've got these plastic clear packages of chicken, boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Everyone thinks that's the best thing. Oh, it's low fat. It's this, that, and the other thing. We need the fat. We need we need all of these things. This is part of our physiology. And when we understand this and we learn how to feed it, we start feeling better. Our joints feel better. Everything works better. It also helps with weight loss. New study that was just out, and I'm still studying, so I can't really speak to it right now, but let me finish studying this study. I've got it pulled up on my computer. Fascinating. All this information leads us to the path of where we need to go next. It makes such a difference. And I'm telling you, your skin is going to be gorgeous. I really am so happy with my skin. You know, I'm 62 years old and my skin is better than it was 10 years ago. That's from all the collagen loading. Daily collagen, perfect paleo protein, and bone broth. Daily, I don't miss. I also take beauty support, which by the way, we had to just do a big old order on. That's coming back in. And tomorrow, I'm gonna just give you a heads up right now. Tomorrow, we've got something really great coming and a really fantastic deal. You guys loved the beauty support deal. I got another one for you. It's tomorrow. If you're on our email list, you will get an early notification in the morning. I'm just letting you know, there is a pecking order here, people. There's a pecking order. Be on our email list, right? And we'll let you know when it's all coming out. You'll get the blog post, everything that supports and shows you this information on how this particular supplement works. So we're doing away with subscribe and saves. You know what we're starting to get into? We're starting to get into just buy it, buy it in bulk. Subscribes and saves, we have had technical issues with and all kinds of nightmarish things. So what we're doing is we're bringing in as many as we can. We're gonna sell them. We're gonna give you a spectacular deal. And you will hear about it first thing on Wednesday morning. So there's an incentive alone just to be on our list, besides all the other good stuff that we have. Beauty support is a supplement that we have, and there it is. Oh, I have one. Ooh, it's It's right here. Beauty Support has the supplement ingredients in there support you building your own collagen. So as you're taking in your collagen, you're also building your own collagen. And the result, it basically puts collagen loading on steroids. It is a phenomenal. I worked on this. This is mine with my formulator. We put this together. You got your digestion. Talks about sprinkling on food. No, don't put digestums on sprinkle. I don't understand that, actually. If you'll have to explain that to me, Margot. No, don't sprinkle it on food. Take the capsule, 15 minutes, full glass of water before you eat. Our quote of the week is this: hello. If you argue for your limitations, you get to keep them. But if you argue for your possibilities, you get to create them. Tell me that's not just absolutely balm to your soul. It is to me, because I love this. It tells me that I can get out of the limitations if I start looking for the possibilities. It's a shift in perspective, constantly a shift in perspective. This is what we do. When we shift our perspectives, we can start to see all the things that we want to see. We are to take twice a day, not 2 at the same time. I don't know what that means, Julie. I don't know what you mean by that. If you can explain that a little bit better. Basically, what I have you doing is taking your supplements in the morning or when you break your fast. Take your supplements then. Take your digestive enzymes 15 minutes before you eat in a full glass of water. Take your probiotic in the evening before you go to bed, in case it upsets your stomach. If you have a Beauty Support, okay? So take your Beauty Support. It's 1 capsule, and take it in the morning when you break your fast. That's fine. I've also taken it at night. So, you know, I'm just looking for extra. I need all the extra. I'm 62, for heaven's sakes. You know, I got to preserve what I got. So, you know, do it at your own, whatever, your own pace. But, you know, this is just amazing. And I've got, let me just say, these women here, we're all hooked on this, right? And I want you hooked on this because I have never seen anything. It says twice a day on there? Okay, I can't read that itty bitty writing. If it says twice a day, you can do it twice a day. That's what I do. I do it twice a day, but you know, honestly, you can also do it just once in the morning if you want to. I have a few people who are doing that and still getting the results. I do it twice a day in the evening. I do it with my probiotic. But I'm just weird like that, you know. I want all the help I can get. Good grief. There it is. I just had to open the window. A slight smidge. I've had the heat on in here. I've got my sweatshirt on and Ugg boots. Again, cold. But I also need, you know, when I'm sitting here talking, I get all crazy. But right now today, if you want to get something ordered, order the InflaCrusher. Here's the thing with InflaCrusher too, and I want, hear me on this please, because this is so incredible. InflaCrusher can and may take the place of regularly popping ibuprofen and Tylenol and all this. I have a lot of women that I coach who have joint pain, who have whatever their pain is, and I've moved them out of this Tylenol habit of taking Tylenol. So, I mean, I can't believe how much Tylenol and ibuprofen people take. That's a lot. And there are like 50,000 deaths a year from your liver being choked out by this crap. You know, this stuff is prescription medicine in the EU, okay? It's prescription medication. So if we can take that out and stop it, because it also starts leaky gut and makes it worse, which only exacerbates. So understand what it does. You take this stuff, get rid of the headache, but inside you've just added new problems. InflaCrusher takes care of the inflammation. That is what causes pain. So if you can do that instead, you might start seeing a shift. InflaCrusher is great. I take it anyway as part of my supplements, but you can also take it as you need to, and it works. Can you spell that for pain? It's infla, like inflammation, INFLA, and then Crusher. And it's in our store, and we love it. This is pharmaceutical grade curcumin. It's not like the stuff you put on, make curries with in the kitchen. This is a whole different ball of wax, and it's a needle mover. I've got a lot of women on it, and I believe in it 100%. I don't know, Julie. It depends on where you are. But I have some women that have replaced it that do have arthritis. But, there's several kinds. Do you rheumatoid, osteo? What kind of arthritis do you have? Where are you on the spectrum? What kind of meds are you on? Where's your pain level? I'm not coaching you, so I don't know. I can't make any kind of claims, but I can say I'd certainly use that first as my first line of defense. I take one, then I take another. I had a shoulder injury where I used InflaCrusher, and it just absolutely did the job. And before, I would have gone to taken an Advil, then taken another one, then taken, I don't want to do that. It wrecks your whole digestive tract. We got to hold on to that, ladies. Am I right? We got to hold on to all the things that we have. Yeah, with osteo, I would certainly, this is most common, I would certainly recommend it. I would certainly recommend it for fibromyalgia pain too. The thing is, we default to these things, and if we're doing things, we default to all of the NSAIDs, right? But if we can do a natural thing instead, also, it's not just the supplement. We also have to get rid of the inflammatory food, right? So we cannot out supplement a bad diet. If you're eating a crappy diet and eating, a bunch of garbage and constantly, you're eating fast food and sugar and carbs and all of that, you don't want that. You don't want that. Did you see what Jennifer said? She overtook Advil and landed in the hospital with a bleeding ulcer. There you go. I rest my case, folks. But take a look at InflaCrusher. The other thing about it is you put it in your cart, you're going to get free shipping. Put free shipping in the promo window, and if you order over $200, I will send you a mindful mug and a little note that says, you're fantastic. This is the thing, I want people well. This is what we're trying to do, and this is why when you go to my little store, you're going to go, wow, this is kind of odd. There's like odd things in there. It is kind of odd. We don't have the usual stuff. We have stuff that moves the needle, right? Everything in there that you see is something that I have done with a formulator myself, 100%, except the probiotic and except SAMe. We have a different provider for that because I can't get the nitrogen flush blister packs. Without the blister packs, those things are ineffective, and I won't do it. So I want you to know that because this is important stuff. This is how everything changes. Friday's Q&A, send your emails to support@savingdinner.com, and in the subject line, put question for Leanne on Friday. I'll answer it. I'm so glad. Look at this. And you started following me. You got the hot melt sprint going on and all of that. Hot melt's incredible. It is anti-inflammatory all the way. And this is what we do. This is my heart, Hello, Lovey. Liz is here from Fly Lady. It's good to see you. She's sharing, and I appreciate that. Thank you. You share too. Please share. But this is what we're doing. We're drawing the line in the sand and saying we're done with inflammation. I have supplements to help you with that. I have a plan to help you with that that's free. I have and I'm available. I'm in the groups. You can tag me. If you've got questions, you can answer on Friday. I've been a nutritionist for over 25 years, and I am so tired of seeing people suffer. It's not necessary. We can get rid of this stuff. We have women in some of my programs who have reversed their diabetes. They've reversed their pain and suffering. And they're here. A lot of them are here. They'll tell you about it. Joanne just posted in the sprint her before and after pictures. You want to see something different? You want to make your eyes go boing? Just doing the sprint, and take it. And it started with the sprint, and she took some other action, did all the stuff that I've been talking about. And I'm talking about these endlessly and will never shut up because it works, you know? I don't want you going to the doctor and getting another, you know, pharmaceutical intervention. If you can do this naturally, if you can do this with your diet, if you can do this with a supplement, Lydia, you can get InfloCrusher on our site. Go to savingdinner.com. Up there on the little nav bar, click on store and go in there and look at the supplements. They're all there. Look at this. Summer said she just started the Core 4 and she's feeling better. Yes, well, no, diabetes type 1 is a completely different animal. I have not, you know, that one's a toughie. Who says this? Kathy's reversed her pain. I've reversed my pain. I used to not be able to walk across the room. I was in excruciating pain. Excruciating. Hi, Rosanna, new one. Nice to meet you. Also, I want to let you know, I just ordered 1,000 new Core 4s because we're almost out. We just went to Fly Lady and dropped off everything that we had because we're running out. Everybody's ordering them. They work. That's why. They work together. They're beautiful. And I'm going to just let everyone know, you see these lovely black bottles? They're going to be white next time. COVID has ruined everything, and so they're going to be in white bottles for the next 1,000 bottles. But you know what? Here, I'm going to tell you right now, who cares? You know? Who cares? If I can show you how to get out of pain, and if I can show you how to start feeling better, are you going to, you know, get upset because the bottles are white instead of black? I don't think so. Anyway, that's what we're all about. And I'm sorry, that kind of went a little bit long. All I'm trying to say is that we have ways to get you into a place that maybe you haven't thought about before. And I want you to feel good. I want you to get your life back. I want you to live it optimally. I don't want you on the sidelines anymore. I want you to have the vibrancy that you want to have, right? That's a big deal. And by the way, those Core 4 for 59 bucks, are you kidding me? That's cheap. We got a screaming deal on it because we made a deal. I wish I could do that with all my other supplements, but I can't order that in that kind of quantity just yet. But I'm not going to argue for my limitations. I'm going to create possibilities. And that's why I'm laying it all out for you. I told you, I'm all in. I want you all in too. And that's what we're going to talk about today. It's a big deal. Because, you know, this thing came to me when I was thinking about yesterday. It was yesterday at that time. I was thinking about everything and how, you know, we are the ones that start the fires, right? And you remember Smokey the Bear? Do you remember watching the commercials for, you know, Smokey the Bear? Only you can prevent forest fires. Well, think about it. We're just talked about the fire of inflammation, didn't we? And doesn't that feel like that's what it feels like when your joints are on fire, or I've had my face on fire. I've had rosacea so bad that it was crusty and weeping. You know, my skin is certainly not like that anymore, but back then it was awful, completely out of control. That's inflammation. Thyroid nodules, 3 of them. Big, huge needle coming at me for a needle biopsy, and all 3 of them. Thought I was going to pass out. It was awful. Gone. I had plantar fasciitis so bad I could not walk across the room. Gone. That's inflammation. 237 pounds. No longer. All of that is inflammation. If we can start cooling the inflammation, we can start taking care of the other business. This is exactly what we're all about. And this, I am going to be yelling this from the mountaintop until they put me in the ground. I'm serious. So let's look at what this looks like, okay? Because when I say to you, only you can prevent forest fires, I'm not only talking about inflammation, but I'm talking about your self-sabotage. Because at the end of the day, it is all about what you do. Nobody is going to be holding a gun to your head and saying, please eat this inflammatory food. No one. No one is going to take your car and commandeer it and drive you through the drive-through. No one. You know what's going to happen? This is the thing that we have to look at. You will make a decision that is against yourself. You will make a decision to sabotage everything and all the good work that you've done. And now that we are off of the sprint, a lot of people are going to take all of that reward and dump it right down the toilet and go right back to the way it was. And I'm saying you just created a framework for yourself. Let's follow that, because only you can prevent forest fires. Only you can. And so what are the rules? What does Smokey the Bear tell us? He says only you can prevent forest fires. That's number one. Only you can prevent going through the drive-through. Only you can stop yourself from picking that crap up in the grocery store. Only you can make a decision to not eat the crap that's in the pantry if this is for the rest of the family. You have lots of decisions to make. You can make the decision to drink the water. You can make the decision to take the InflaCrusher, for example, instead of taking a bunch of Advil. You can make decisions that are pro-you all the way. And when we're dealing with addiction, by the way, food addiction, which I know all about because I've suffered with food addiction for most of my adult life. I have yo-yoed in all kinds of crazy places. And somewhere around here, I've got a graph that shows where I started and where I ended and where I am right now, you know, just that wild 100-pound swing, because I've been there. So what do we do with all of this? You know, what do we do with all of this? We make a decision for ourselves that's pro for ourselves. It's not that we deny that there's food addiction issues. It's not that we deny that we're in pain. It's nothing. It's that we shift into a different gear and we make a decision that's pro for us. When we choose something else instead of the over-the-counter pain medications, we're choosing something that is going to help support our body instead of add more problems. When we choose an anti-inflammatory diet, we choose to cool the fire and put it out. When we're doing this on a daily and active basis, we're no longer starting the fire. Think about that. You don't want to be starting the fire. And we need to be careful with fire if we're handling fire, right? We have to be careful with that. So here's an example. If you have, for example, family members that insist on having junk in the house, have it moved to a place where you're not going to have it in your peripheral day after day. You know, when you decide to make a decision for yourself, that doesn't mean the rest of the family is necessarily going to go with you. Unless you sit down and have a family meeting and say, hey, you know what, we're on the wrong path here. Let's make some changes. If they're not going to go with you, then at least do something that is for you so that you're not playing with this fire. When you have stuff stuck in your face, you will default to it, because we have to set our environments up to support the life that we want to lead, right? When we have that in place, it makes all the difference in the world. So taking it out of place, taking it and putting it somewhere else and letting the family know, hey, if you want this, this is your cupboard, it's over here. And then here's your stuff over here so that you don't have that always looking at you. And then the other thing we need to look at is, well, maybe, you know, especially if you live alone, maybe you just don't bring it in the house, because Smokey says, never play with matches or fire or lighters. And I'll tell you what, there are certain foods for me that are fire starters. I can't deal with chocolate. I've told you my chocolate story over and over again. Can't handle it. I can't do it, so therefore, I'm just going to stay away from it. Now, does that mean forever and ever amen? I don't know. But is it worth it for me to play with it again? I've tried and I've tried and I've tried, and it's always led me down the wrong path. At some point, maybe I'll mature and get beyond it. I don't know. But right now, I know where my limitations are, so why not honor that, right? Honor that. When I honor that, I'm honoring my health, I'm honoring my life, and I get to keep my vibrancy. I get to. That's one of my get tos. This is a yeah and thing, not a yeah but. It's a yeah and. Yeah, and this doesn't work for me, so therefore this is what I will do. These are the choices I will make instead. Make sense? The other thing is that Smokey tells us to always watch our campfire. So if something's going on in your life, some kind of a food addiction, watch it, be aware of it. Do not default to automatic pilot on this. If you have a food addiction, acknowledge it, watch it, and then make sure that you don't have things in your life that support it. Get it out, move it, remove it from your sight, remove it from your house if you can, and stay away from that fire. Stay away from the things that cause the fire. This is how inflammation gets blazing out of control. And the last thing is that you got to make sure that your fire is completely out, right? An unattended campfire can start a whole wildfire. And what does a wildfire do, right? It's a large destructive fire that spreads quickly over brushland and woodlands, especially if they haven't had water in a while. So if we're parched and thirsty, if we have all kinds of stuff around our house, the whole darn thing can light on fire and a binge happens. That's what a wildfire is to me. It's a freaking binge. And I don't need to go there. How do you feel after a binge? At the time, you're numb. And it's almost like you're checked out. It like being an outer body experience. Afterwards, though, you're fully present. You feel awful. You have guilt. You have remorse. And then you start to rationalize. And then you start to forget. And then you do it again. And you know what that is? That's part of the carousel of crazy. And that's the thing that we're trying to get off of. We can only get off of the carousel of crazy if we do it mindfully. You can't just check out and just keep doing the same thing and expect different results. Not going to happen. But what you can do is that you can check in with yourself, and you can decide and make that decision in a way that's mindful, that says, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to do this. You use a journal for that tool. You use a body clutter buddy for that. You keep yourself accountable, and things will start to change. It is a slow shift. I'm not going to lie. It is slow. But I'm telling you, the work is worth it. Ask anyone here. Ask them. The work is worth it. So we need to shift that fire, right? We need to shift that fire. And here's my shift. Never let the fire in your heart go out. Keep it alive and serve the Lord. That's from Romans 12:11. So if you need fire in your life, that's the fire you want. Shift it to your heart. Shift it to God. Shift it from the destruction that it's been causing and taking your life down with, right? I don't even know if that was a decent sentence, but you understand what I'm saying. That fire can wipe out your life, or that fire can light up your life with God. Shift it. Allow your addiction to be a fire in your heart. So understand too, what are the causes of this fire? What are the causes of it? Well, the first one is, and this is all from the Smokey the Bear site. You guys, this is just, I'm not kidding. I didn't make this stuff up. Negligence. When we neglect to tend to our own personal fire, when we neglect to take care of ourselves with the self-care, when we neglect to make sure that our food is on point, our hydration's on point, and that we're moving, we're neglecting ourselves. We're leaving ourselves in the dust. And I'm going to tell you, it gets harder and harder and harder as you get older if you just stubbornly hold on to your old ways. The old ways need to shift and change. They're not serving you anymore. This is the thing that we need to do to change things. You know, years ago, when I was at a conference in Texas, there was a hotel fire. And that hotel fire was scary. And I thought, oh, the alarm's just going off. Well, it turned out the whole building where we were, and especially where we were, was on fire. And we watched the hotel burn. At the end of it, when the fire had been put out and everything, I begged them, let me go back to my hotel room. I want to just get my computer and my phone, because we ran out. They ushered us out, and get all my stuff. And I remember walking through this corridor that had been all smoky, and there was debris all over the floor. It was wet and dripping, and they had emergency lights on. It was frightening. And this reminds me of the debris of what happens to us when we are that negligent with our lives. Then we've got to walk through that smoky corridor where all of this stuff is, rather than prevent the forest fire in the first place. Let's prevent the fire, because the aftermath of a fire is pretty ugly, and it's all got to be, there's so much more work to do than if we were in prevention mode. That's my point. So let's stop this. Let's stop this, and remember too that fires can be intentional. Arson, you've heard of that before. Sometimes we light our own lives on fire. And I'm just trying to say, step away from the matches. Put them down, please. Put them down. There are other ways to deal with the stress. There are other ways to deal with all the stuff in your life. We all get to the place of feeling overwhelmed and feeling out of control, all of the stuff. We're there. I get it. We can all connect to that, especially right now with all the stuff going on. But you know what? We are on fire for God here in this little group. We are. And we're shifting our focus to taking care of ourselves, to loving ourselves, and taking it off the food. Food's never going to hug you and give you the love that you're looking for. Never. I promise you. I learned that in the front seat of my car as I just sat there stuffing my face full of peanut M&Ms with tears running down my face. Those peanut M&Ms never hugged me back. They never loved me. I needed to learn where to get the love. That connection, my soul to God, that's it. That's it. Because those M&Ms aren't going to do it. They shamed me, they hurt me, and they caused me all kinds of grief. That 2 minutes of shoving those things into my mouth, shoving them to the place of having the roof of my mouth all just broken up and from the shards of those candies and bleeding. That's how I was eating them. That's what you do with a food addiction. So getting away from this stuff is going to clean up and take care of things before you light your life on fire. Prevention is just so much, we always go to the place of being in an emergency. That's the way we are. That's the way we're built. It's not a problem until it's, oh my gosh, a problem and your house is on fire. Let's not go there. There's so much more that we can do. And there's so many things. I just gave you all the tools right here today in this little discussion. There's some supplements you can use. There's a diet you can use. Drink your water. Stress reduction. Get a body clutter buddy. Be accountable. Use a journal. Meditate. Connect with God. All of these things, you put them all together and your life will change and shift and it'll be beautiful. That's a promise. Hand to God. Hand to God. Pinkies up. Okay, I'm going to get down off my soapbox now. And if you're collagen loading and doing a dirty fast with me today, it's time. I'm hungry. I don't know about you. It's time to go fill up on some smoothie. That's what I'm going to go do. Well, I love you all, and I appreciate the fact that you share this, that you get your supplements from us, and that you have been so supportive. It's my heart that I can support you right back. If there's anything that you need, you just reach out to me. You know where to find me. I'm around. And I love you all. I will see you. Peace out tomorrow. Bye.